Hey readers, we're back reading our Pacific Ocean book, and the chapter we're on is called Ring of Fire. Remember when we were reading our table of contents, we're like, what is this chapter all about? Should we read it in an excited voice? Maybe a concerned or worried voice. Let's see, I'm already noticing this picture. It looks like a volcano exploding in the ocean. And I also am noticing the map of the Pacific Ocean in purple. And then this orange must be whatever the Ring of Fire is. Okay, let's read. And remember, we're looking for key words. We're stopping and thinking about what they mean. Okay. Along the Pacific Ocean's edges is a belt of underwater volcanoes. That's a keyword that we probably and might already know. But I've never seen an underwater volcano. They are a part of the Ring of Fire. Its U shape stretches about 25,000 miles, 40,000 kilometers. Oh, I see what they mean. It looks like a U. Okay. More than 450 volcanoes are in the Ring of Fire. That definitely, I had to say that with a lot of expression. Whoa, that's a lot of volcanoes. Mountains and trenches are also there. Here's our next keyword. We know what the word mountains means. It's kind of weird to think of mountains in the ocean, but there's a lot of mountains in the ocean, along with volcanoes too. So if there's mountains in the ocean, there's volcanoes in the ocean. Trenches. There are also trenches. Mountains and trenches are also there. I'm kind of thinking maybe a trench is the opposite of a mountain, almost like a hole. Okay, let's go to our next page. Oh, wow. Is this still a part of the chapter Ring of Fire? It looks like it. Okay. We have the word plates. Hey, plates are what I eat on for dinner. And earthquakes. Oh, I'm familiar with that word. Let's figure out what this word plates mean because I don't think they're talking about the plate we eat off of. Large moving plates of rock make up Earth's surface. Plates of rock. Maybe that just means like large pieces of rock or land or area. The Ring of Fire lies where the plates meet under the ocean. Sometimes a plate moves under another. Oh, so it's kind of just like if my hands are the rock plates, some move under each other. This creates trenches. Oh, when I'm looking at the picture, that's what we thought on the other page, that a trench might be like kind of like a hole. It looks like this guy in the picture is in a hole. This creates trenches. Earthquakes happen when plates rub together. Oh, when two plates of rock, they like rub like this. They rub together. That's when earthquakes happen. Ooh, this chapter is called The Plants and Animals. I see the word krill, sea otter, and sea urchin. And those pictures help us think about what those words mean. Whoa, this is a really long word we're going to have to figure out. Oh, and we read this word in our Sea Otters book, kelp. Do you remember this keyword? Seagrass grows along the Pacific Ocean's tropical coasts. Near the water's surface, krill eat floating. Whoa, look at this word. Okay, I know this part of the word. I've heard of that. Plankton. Those are like small little shrimp, like even tinier than the krill in that picture. Look at this part of the word. Oh, I'm thinking this PH probably makes an F sound, like in phone. Phyto. Ooh, that sounds right. That looks right too. I think that makes sense. Phytoplankton. Near the water's surface, krill eat floating phytoplankton. Kelp grows by the ocean. Oh, my camera's in the way, I can't see it. Rocky northern coasts. The sea otters dine on sea urchin. Oh, that's something we've learned in another book. Whoa, that sea urchin looks pokey. Can you imagine being a sea otter and eating that? Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this chapter keeps going. We're still learning about plants and animals in the Pacific Ocean. Whoa, look at these. Whoa, look at this called a blobfish. It looks like it's not real. It looks like slime. White tip reef sharks hunt in the Pacific Ocean. Oh, here's a white tip reef shark. On the Galapagos Islands, blue-footed boobies rest on shore. Oh my gosh, these look like funny animals. Look at their faces are blue and their feet are blue. Stellar sea lions dive for squid. Blobfish swim deep below the surface. The Pacific Ocean is filled with many special creatures. Stellar sea lions. You know what? I'm having some ideas and thoughts about this chapter. I think with this chapter, what it's trying to tell us is that the Pacific Ocean has a variety of animals that live in it, a variety of creatures. They're trying to show us on this page that krill, sea otter, sea urchin, blobfish, these blue birds, white tip reef shark, stellar sea lions, that the Pacific Ocean is a place for a lot of different animals to live. It's a habitat, or maybe it has a bunch of different habitats because so many animals live there. All right. Fast facts about the Pacific Ocean. Size: 60.1 million square miles. It's the largest ocean. Average depth: 12,795 feet. Greatest depth: 36,201 feet. Whoa. Major bodies of water: Sea of Okhotsk, Bering Sea, Sea of Japan, East China Sea, Philippine Sea, Coral Sea, Tasman Sea. Continents touched: Asia, Australia, South America, North America. Total coastline: 84,297 miles. Top natural resources: oil, natural gas, tuna, salt, and gravel. And then there's some famous shipwrecks. Here's the USS Arizona shipwreck. Wow. And here's our glossary page. You know what? We did a really good job figuring out what these words mean, and our glossary can even help us out. Okay, let's see if we were right about some of the words. And next time, we'll remember to look and see if we have a glossary if we need some help. Climate, the weather patterns in an area. Oh yeah, we figured that out. And coral reef. Currents, large patterns of water movement in an ocean. Oh, that makes sense. Earthquakes, disasters in which the ground shakes because of the movement of rock deep underground. El Nino, the equator. Oh yeah, let's look at equator. An imaginary line around the center of the Earth. The equator divides the planet into a northern half and a southern half. Ooh, let's read hemispheres again. Hemispheres, halves of the globe. The equator and the international dateline divides the Earth into different hemispheres, just like we thought. Kelp, we know. Okay, let's look at phytoplankton. Tiny ocean plants that drift. Oh, I'm glad we read this because we were thinking that they might even be like tiny little animals or tiny little shrimp, like plankton. But look, tiny ocean plants. Plates, huge moving pieces of the Earth's surface. Oh, let's see if we're right about trenches. Trenches, deep and narrow cuts in the ocean floor. Tropical, typhoons, and volcanoes. Nice job. Whenever you're reading information books, keep thinking about your keywords. Use the pictures, use the glossary, use the maps, use how you're reading and what you're reading to figure out what those keywords mean in any information book you're reading. Nice job.